guests at Pressure Points with your two favorite hosts. I'm Captain D, and this is Sailor Boy AJ. We're coming at you with Season 4, Episode 43, Lord Lucan by the Lake. AJ's telling a nice, fun story about a 1%er debonair, so strap in and find us on Twitter and Instagram at PointsOPressure.
I was gonna say he wasn't a sailor. I was wrong. He actually liked boats. So sorry.
No, that's you.
Yeah. Oh.
I said I'm Captain D. You're Sailor Boy.
Yeah, but
AJ.
normally we like to make it somewhat pertinent to what we're gonna be talking about.
Fuck it.
It's not, but it is.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. So
if you're listening to this, there should still be time left on Instagram. Go answer the poll.
If you're listening to this on the day it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we've got a fun story. I spent way too long on notes. I thought this was going to be a short story, a very simple, straightforward story. A little more complex. I had to Google a bunch of people that I just had no idea who they were.
Ooh.
I know. But I've been able to condense it down, so we shouldn't go for too long. Remember the last time I said that?
Yeah, this is generally the case. Like whenever I come over expecting to record right away, when it's your turn.
You were expecting to record right away?
No.
Oh.
When I used to, like season 1 used to. Yeah.
That's when I did
just
research.
kind of come to terms with it. I'm like, oh yeah, AJ does research when I'm here, and I'll find something to do.
Yeah. Today it ended up being really good.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah. If you are listening on, Monday the 17th, I think? I don't know. There's a fucking cool poll that I put on.
The 15th. Monday the 15th.
Monday the 15th. That's what I meant. Check out Instagram. Like I said, I've got a poll up there. And I'm not going to give anything else away that way.
Yeah, just go look at it.
Those of you listening to later don't really realize that you missed out on something. So.
Just ignore that part.
But yeah.
So, yeah. And you been up to anything fun recently? It's okay to say no.
Not that I know of.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this week was just really busy at work, so when I would get home, I would fall asleep for like 5 hours until you and my girlfriend would get off work, and then I'd be like, yeah, let's play video games.
Nice.
So that was my week.
You're back into that loop. You gotta stop that.
No, it was just because I was fucking working my ass off at work.
Okay, so not depression naps, actual
working
hard naps.
So it wasn't that I was sad. They weren't sad naps. They were holy fuck naps. Which were nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do a ton this last week. I got bottled up my apple cider.
Yeah.
Which I tasted some pre. It's still got I tasted some pre.
Hot.
Hot. Yeah, oh yeah.
For the first time, not your own.
Whoa.
Good job. Not that I know.
No, but some pre-carbonation apple cider.
Was it just god awful?
The flavor was really good, and it's gonna mellow out a little bit more because right now it's like 3 distinct flavors. It's kind of that yeasty, beery kind of flavor, and then tart, like mouth-puckering tart, and then it ends with just a twinge of sweet right at the end.
A twinge.
And I think it tastes really good. But now that it's got the priming sugar in it, it's gonna carbonate over a week or two. It's going to be kind of mellow all those flavors out. So it's not going to be as strong. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good one. Oh, yeah, and then I got a tattoo.
It's like you've been flashing it at me, basically.
No, it's because there's ooze on it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good. Talk about it.
A nice traditional gypsy woman.
Yeah, on his right shoulder. Where'd you get it? If you.
Oh, yeah, I suppose I can say that. A lot of people go there. It's Mercy in Salt Lake.
It looks
they're good.
Fucking awesome.
I totally suggest you go there.
Yeah. It's impressive. I really
They're
like
awesome.
It. You make me want to get more.
Same.
And other huge
I sold all my stocks for this tattoo.
I made a joke last week. Actually, I think I made it while you were drawing on Twitch. I don't remember. But I forced and convinced AJ into getting an iPad Pro.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I fucking did it.
No, I was already thinking about it. My iPad that I
But
used
as
to
soon
draw.
as I mentioned it,
Oh, yeah.
that was it.
I was already kind of looking, but I was like, I need. I'm not an Apple fanboy,
No, God,
but
no.
there are no other tablets that are good,
Especially for art.
For art, yeah, like
Like-
Procreate and Photoshop. I have both.
And mind you, like, you can sit here and say, what about Wacom? What about fucking, like, Chromebook? Shut the fuck up.
I can't use it for anything else.
Yeah, like, you can use it as a second screen, but this is the thing that I'm really glad you convinced me of last year, was that if I don't ever use the iPad that I got for art, like, then it's a Netflix machine.
Yeah, or a YouTube machine.
Yeah, and it's nice having something that's not, like, I don't always have to have my laptop on me if I want to fucking draw. Like right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's
God, I'm not, we're not sponsored.
No.
I need to not do this. But
No.
if I'm being honest with anybody out there, because, like, anybody that has previous history in art or is wanting to start to get into drawing or fucking sketching or really anything art-wise, just do it. Like, I hadn't really drawn for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. More than that, 12, I think, since like high school. And then AJ was like, yeah, get it. Downloaded Procreate, and I'm like, holy fuck.
It got the pencil,
Yeah,
which is
so,
overpriced.
so much easier. And
But-
it makes it so that I can justify fucking sketching and shit out of the blue. I will stop advertising for Apple because I hate their
Let's
company.
advertise for something better. Don't buy any of this new.
Yeah.
There's no
do not-
reason to.
Do not buy
This is
anything
like
new.
the second generation of iPad Pro, and I got it for pretty damn cheap considering it was $1,200 when it came out.
Yeah.
So go to Back Market. I like Back
Yeah,
Market.
dude.
They, obviously shop around. Like,
I got mine off of
you can
eBay.
go to eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my pencil off eBay, and I got the iPad off Back Market because it ended up being just a little cheaper. And I'm like, dude, don't. It's like a car. Don't buy new.
Yeah.
Why would you ever do that? So,
But, like, honestly,
just make sure it's compatible
just
and
fucking
draw.
yeah, express yourself through art. Like, I realize that everybody thinks, oh, like, fucking, I have to have experience with it. If you're
Oh fuck no, I'm
if
shit at
you're
it, but I still
posting
love
art, if you're drawing anything, you're an artist and treat yourself to like it's so therapeutic for me.
it. The
and I
best
hate
part,
that I stopped doing it like for 2 months at a time all the time.
the best part is if you fuck up and you're shit like me, you can turn up the line correction so it looks like you can draw straight lines,
And you can undo.
and you can hit the undo button. Oh my god!
Call
it's
me a
amazing.
cheater. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. It's
I'm
art.
making stuff.
So
But yeah.
I've got my iPad right here because now it's going to be my notes machine because its screen is almost as big as my
Oh,
laptop.
dude, it's huge and
It's
it's
amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah, your laptop's what, 15?
Yeah, 15.9.
Yeah.
And this is 12.9.
Dude, it's nice.
Yeah, not bad.
I
So
want one so bad.
do it. It surprises me that it can kind of, when you're like mid drawing and you've got like 15 layers, puts off a little bit of heat, but
Oh yeah.
it's not bad. Not bad. Battery life is pretty good, even for being used and like from 2017 or something like that. Battery life's still good.
I'm intrigued. But
So
yeah, so
let's talk about
Lucan.
Lucan.
Lord Lucan.
Lucan. Actually, his name is Richard John Bingham,
Wait, what?
the 7th Earl of Lucan,
God.
or Lord and Lady Lucan.
Okay, so
Richard
I
John
already
Bingham.
hate this guy.
Oh my god, yeah. So he was born December 18th, 1934. So technically a Nazi episode. You're welcome.
Oh, AJ coming at it again with the fucking Nazi episodes.
So, yeah, Lord Lucan is what I'm going to call him.
Yeah.
But he had a couple nicknames, and we're going to get into those. He was born in the worst town to pronounce in London, Marylebone.
Yeah,
London.
bada bing.
Fuck yeah. So
That's
his...
my favorite July hotspot.
Yeah, Marylebone.
Marylebone.
It's not French.
Oh. Regardless.
We really need to get WD-40 for this chair. So, he was born to George Bingham and Caitlin Elizabeth Ann Dawson. Those were his parents.
Jesus.
The more names you have, the more potential.
Yeah, I was about to say, they had so many fucking names back then, man.
So his mother actually, they discovered, I don't know why I'm laughing. This is not something funny. They discovered that she had a clot in her lung.
Well, I think it's funny because they sound like pretentious bastards.
They are. So yeah, she had a clot in her lung post-birth. So he was basically raised by a nanny named Lucy Sellers. That was his.
Well, even if she hadn't gotten the clot,
probably would have still been raised.
Yeah, the number of names she had, he still would have been raised by a nanny.
Yeah, definitely. So she stayed basically out of his life for his entire life.
Did she wait? His mom?
His mom.
Did she die?
Not
she
immediately.
Just got a clot.
She was she was in a rest home essentially.
Fucked up about it.
No, she was more like, well, I'm rich, so I can just sit still and have everybody do everything for me.
I thought she died, but
no.
Damn.
So
I mean, okay. Good.
I mean, she did die at some point. I just didn't look up when.
Yeah, good.
Perfect. Don't poke holes. Don't ask too many questions. No. So he ended up going to a prep school, but he was moved to Wales, basically to avoid the bombing of World War II.
Ugh, God.
He was moved to the countryside because his parents were rich enough to do that. All the poor kids stayed there.
Take him to the summer home.
Exactly. And
sorry. Take him to the summer home.
They're not German.
I thought they were.
No. He was born in London.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, thanks.
Well, it still would have been a fucking summer home.
It would have.
And you know it. You know it would have been.
Yeah.
On, what's that island out there that everyone, I don't know. There's
Sedona?
an island. No, I don't know. Fuck, keep going.
Okay.
I'm losing it.
Yeah, that's fine. So in 1940, after spending time in the summer home, the Lucan children, him and his siblings, were moved to Canada. They hung around like Toronto for a while,
just to even get further away from
the war, and then they moved to Mount Kisco, New York, which East Coast. They stayed with a lady named Marcia Tucker, who was a millionaire.
Mount Kisco. I'm checking this up. Checking this out. No.
Okay. I have no idea why she's a millionaire. Her Wikipedia page is very shit. I don't know if she comes from money.
Oh, God, of course.
What?
Mount Kisco is a village and town in Westchester County, New York.
Oh.
Fucking, like, what? Upper New York? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's out in the middle of nowhere, New York.
Perfect.
Yeah. Fuck them. That's some fancy shit.
Oh, yeah. So they stayed with Marcia Tucker, who was a millionaire. She has a foundation. I don't know why they... Oh, yeah, bastards.
Fancy little spot.
Nice. She has a foundation now after she's passed away. They put... I think it's art grants. She opened art museums. She did something in art.
Dude, I would kill somebody to just run an art museum.
Oh, my God. That would be fun. That would be fun.
I love art museums so much, man.
They're fun. So he went to school there and basically stayed in this luxurious mansion for 5 years until they were called back to London, or to Britain.
God, get it right.
I mean, technically they did go to London, but they were called to Britain. Whatever. It was correct. But basically, when they showed up, they found out, oh, our house is bombed.
Oh,
our second house was bombed.
Oh, yeah.
There was rationing.
Who bombed it?
The Germans.
Yeah.
The Nazis.
I'll sympathize with. Never mind.
Hold on.
I sympathize with hurting the rich. So.
There you go. Yeah, so basically they were like, fuck. I was used to all this luxury, and now they don't have any. And immediately John starts having horrendous nightmares.
Oh, God, what a baby.
He's a baby. They were so bad that he was brought to a psychotherapist. They treated him for a few years. But this is the part that you really need to pay attention to. He got over it and went to college.
Oh, what? Surprise, surprise.
Eton College? I don't know. I'm
going to go with Eton.
Eton College. And he fell in love with gambling.
Oh, God.
So it turns out this is a trust fund kid. And
please. Okay.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
If he doesn't gamble away his family's entire fortune, end the episode.
Okay, we're done.
Fuck, man.
It's better than that.
Okay, all right, cool. I just really wanted to hear like debonair, fancy to rags story.
Oh, you get some of that.
I like rags to kind of riches. I don't like rags to full riches.
Yeah. Rags to riches. Remember your roots.
I am a slut for riches to rags.
Yes, just hear me out.
So much.
So he actually took a job, even though he didn't really need to work. He wasn't paying for his school, but he took a side job as a bookie at a horse race and opened a secret bank account so that all of the money from him being a bookie went to this bank account, and then he would leave the school, go to horse races, and bet on them with the money he earned from being a bookie.
So that Papa wouldn't see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it can be traced by their solicitor.
So Daddy wouldn't hear from the solicitor.
Exactly.
Oh,
but I just love this loop of he's taking bets, taking that money, and then placing bets. He's such an idiot. I love it. So, yeah, he loved the horse races. He loved backgammon and card games. Baccarat. Oh.
I really want to hear him just playing fucking dice on the streets. That's where it gets.
Just wait.
I'm so excited.
I know you're excited. So he basically his grades were trash. His mother said his grades were trash, but he was wealthy, so he graduated anyway.
And he was terrible in he failed his statistics course 20 times.
He after the school, he joined the military to do I think they had to do the service.
Mandatory at the time.
And he instantly became a lieutenant and a poker player. And it was in the same group that his father was a lieutenant in.
That sounds like when I play fucking Red Dead. A self-assigned lieutenant and a poker player.
I love playing poker in Red Dead.
It's like Gwent in
The Witcher. So he got a job at a bank where he met this man named Stephen Raphael, who's a stockbroker / gambler.
Okay,
they become BFFs. They take vacations together in the Bahamas. They go wakeboarding and surfing.
Sense. It's a fucking stockbroker who's very likely a hedge fund baby and a hedge fund baby.
Trust fund baby.
They're like two peas in a fucking pod.
So he's a banker who's getting on friendly with the stockbroker.
Oh, God.
And they're trust fund kids. He officially joins an upscale gambling joint.
Somebody call the SEC because I've got a fucking complaint to file.
Different country. So he won a lot. He won a lot of money, but he also lost a lot of money. We're going to go into what he won and lost and the ratio a little bit later.
Ooh, I hope that he loses
In
assets.
one night, he lost 8,000 pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot. That's 2/3 of what he would get in a year from his trust.
Oh.
So he would get, what is that? 12,000 pounds a year from his trust.
This is back when
This is in
candy
the 50s.
Penny candy was
less than a penny.
Tenth of a penny candy.
Yeah, this was in the 50s. So
and penny candy is like $2 candy.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay, wait. It's conversion time.
All right, conversion.
Baby.
I don't know exactly
what
the year.
Are we talking?
Let's do
1940.
He was born in 34, so 44. 50, let's do 54.
54. Convert. Fuck. What am I supposed to search? I don't know.
Oh, usually I do that. Money converter 1954 to today or something. I don't fucking know.
Okay, let's see. Value of $1954.
8,000.
8,000 buckaroos is $82,000 today.
So what's 12,000? Because that's what he would get a year.
It looks like it would just be like 120,000.
Dude, I could live on $120,000 a year easily.
Dude, I
live on less than half of that.
So 12,000 at $123,000.
Damn.
Yeah, I could live on a quarter of that. Oh wait, that's what I'm fucking doing.
Oh, you already are.
Yeah.
So then another night, soon after that, he lost 10,000 pounds.
Okay, so 110K.
And it was so bad that his uncle had to help him pay it off. And it took him 2 years of payments to pay his uncle off. So he did settle that debt.
Oh, only 2 years of payments. God, what a bitch.
So he's, working at this bank. He's making like What? Fuck, I lost it. I think it's 800K, not 800K.
Oh, I was like,
sorry,
what?
800 pounds a month or something.
So $8,000 a month.
That
makes sense.
That's a lot of money.
Sounds like a bank.
Something like that. So in 1960, shit starts to get weird, only because it's the 60s. He actually quit his job at the bank because he won 26K playing baccarat in one night. So, what's the conversion?
$267,000.
Fuck. So, he made that in one night. And then a coworker was promoted before him and passed him. And he was like, this is a direct quote from him after he quit his bank. "Why should I work in a bank when I can earn a year's money in one single night at the tables?"
Ew.
That's just to show how fucking smart this dude is.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah. So he moved to the United States.
But also, if I could make that much in one night at the tables, I would also quit my job.
Yeah, well, the problem is he's not consistent. That comes up a little bit later, but
He's not because he can afford to not be
Well, yeah.
consistent.
so he moves to the United
Or
States.
at least Dad can be not.
Yeah.
Dad can.
He plays golf, he races boats, he drives an Aston Martin.
Oh shit! This is all fucking German Jesus, GBP. These
are pounds.
These were pounds. Oh shit! I was doing U.S. dollars.
Ah, bastard, rookie mistake.
I know.
But basically, he went to the U.S., played it in luxury, and visited Marcia again, actually. He was like, "Oh, how you doing, you old bitch?
Ye old biddy.
Ye oldie bitty."
Ye old biddy. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back.
Okay.
1954 to 2021. In his big night, 26,000 pounds. Holy fuck, was 747,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
It was pounds that he was winning, right?
Yes.
So the most that he lost in a single night, 8,000,
10K.
was
He lost 10K.
in one night?
Yeah.
I thought you said it. Oh, 8,000 was...
The first.
Okay. So 10,000 pounds is 287,000 pounds right now.
Fuck's sake, could you imagine?
Let's run another conversion chart and switch this to U.S. dollars so I can understand it. USD to... Or wait, no. GBP to USD... Thank God.
The internet exists.
How much did I say?
No, just
287,000
yeah, sure.
is $385.5 thousand.
Damn. That's a lot of money.
Jinkies, mate.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
So back on track.
So he made a ton of money, went to the U.S., stayed there for about 3 years.
Okay.
And when he moved back, he moved out of his parents' place. This bastard's been living at home the whole time because it's
What the
probably a
fuck?
fucking mansion.
Is he my little brother? Shit.
So he moves out, gets a nice flat downtown. And there...
But it better be a loft. Because it's the
It has to be,
60s.
yeah. So he met a woman by the name of Veronica Duncan in 1963.
Oh, Veronica.
They met at a golf club for high society people. She was already kind of wealthy background, wealthy family, but they got elevated quite a bit in society because, fun fact, her sister married Princess Diana's future stepfather.
Oh, so the guy that had her killed.
Yeah!
No, I think that was I think that was like her actual family.
Yeah.
Allegedly. God, don't shut us down, Elizabeth.
Yeah, you old biddy.
Okay, so
But yeah,
Veronica,
I just thought that was an interesting connection as Veronica's sister. Yeah. Weird connection. So that kind of brought them up in society.
very interesting.
Yeah, they meet at a golf club.
Do go on.
And
back
they
there.
get married. You know, they court for a little bit.
What about Marcia? What the fuck?
That's an old U.S. bitch.
God. This rich asshole.
She was an adult when he was born.
Oh, I thought... Okay, my bad.
So, yeah, they got married, and his finances were in shambles.
Oh, what?
What?
Do explain.
Yeah, gambling. But he was like, shit, this is bad. But at least I'm getting married to Veronica, and her dad's loaded.
Oh,
and
no.
he gave them a bunch of money. He basically said, here's a couple $100,000. Go buy a nice house, remodel it, and then here I'm going to give you some extra money now for the children that you'll be having.
Oh, fucking, I love this so much. Okay, so
he takes
for
the money.
starters. No.
Okay.
No. Quick little recap just so that I can pump one out over here real quick.
Okay.
So, good old Lucan has wasted away all of his earnings.
Not necessarily of the 200,000 or whatever
Yeah.
that he made that night.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But I mean,
He still gets 100,000+ a year
Jesus.
from a trust fund.
yeah.
But his nest egg is gone.
His nest egg gone. And now father-in-law's nest egg is sitting on the edge of a cliff, dwindling and hanging over the fucking spikes of death that is Lucan's fucking gambling problem. I cannot wait for it to just tip.
So let me tell you exactly what they did with that money.
Ooh,
They paid off a lot of debt.
Oh,
a lot
you
of his
don't
gambling
say.
debts.
to
bought
some rough riders that were sitting around the corners.
Oh, yeah. Bought a house and had it completely remodeled to how Veronica wanted it.
Oh, okay.
And then he gambled the rest of it away.
Yeah, good.
There wasn't a ton left over.
Gamble, Lucan, gamble, you son of a bitch.
It gets better.
Burn it all.
You know, it's 1964 and his father passes away, and Lucan
That's too bad.
inherits
Oh, no.
$250,000.
Okay.
So £250,000, not dollars. Sorry, when I said dollars.
Oh, wait. What year?
64.
In the UK. Okay, 1964. How much?
250K.
250K? I
Yeah.
thought you said it was like mil.
No, I said $250,000.
Oh, okay. 250,000 pounds is $5.3 million.
Fuck. A lot of money.
That's an okay inheritance.
Yeah, I guess that's all right. Nothing like what I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Mine will be $5.3.
So he is now known as Baron Lucan.
Baron.
But you will still call him Lord Lucan. And so basically, I love it because they have like a daily schedule.
Schedule.
A schedule. So he'll wake up around noon, 11 or noon.
Hey, it's like me.
He, eats some food, opens the letters, reads the mail, reads the
mail,
newspaper, does his stately duties.
You.
Has dinner, hangs out. Eventually, he has kids. And then the casino usually opens at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. So he'll go and gamble until 2 a.m. And then he'll come home.
So, just because I love the idea of him putting it away in slot machines, I know that it's not, but I looked it up and I was like, could this be a possibility that Homeboy was like, I'll just throw some at the slot machines. They were invented in 1894. So, fun fact for all of you listening.
He
was using slot machines.
The one-armed bandit.
I guarantee he at least sat down a couple times at slot machines.
Probably.
Because he couldn't buy into a table every single time when he wasted all his money. Well, not every time.
Every time. He always
If he
had
doesn't
more
have
money.
any cash.
He could go into debt. This is the time period where
It's true.
they would basically say, oh, you're a trust fund kid and you get $120,000 a year? Yeah, you can keep gambling.
Okay. However, I could see him just being like drunk as shit. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like,
One more.
Play the slot machines. And then he's just
Ding, ding, ding,
ka-chunk,
ding, ding, ding.
ka-chunk, wah, wah, wah. I love it. I love the idea.
Yeah.
I love wasted rich money.
Love it.
My favorite thing in the world. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so basically he would gamble every day from about 4 p.m. to about 2 a.m. He would go to dinner with friends at like 11 o'clock somewhere near the casino.
So does Veronica know?
She knows he's got a gambling problem.
Okay. But at the time, it wasn't really a gambling problem, I would assume.
She knows he gambles a lot.
Okay.
Let's say that. And we'll kind of get into, but he drives a nice car.
Yeah. Well,
He drives an Aston Martin. Like, he's got a nice place.
5.3
So she's not worried.
million
She's like,
pounds.
yeah, he's gambling, but we've got plenty of money.
And I mean, I'm sure he's coming away every other night. Or not every other. But like once a week he comes home with a good 250,000.
So basically,
later.
He's out every evening, every night until 2 a.m. partying up. He's doing some crazy tournaments and shit like that. And he drove an Aston Martin. He would fly his friends out to horse races in other parts of the country or other countries.
God, of course he did.
He was so popular that he started to be tested for movies.
What?
Including James Bond.
I'm looking him up.
Don't look him up yet. Trust me. Do not look him up.
I just want to see his face.
You saw it on here.
Oh. Here, switch to it.
It's not up.
Oh. I just want to... So he's a good-looking dude.
He's got a mustache. He looks like very high society.
So he looks like 60s Sean Connery.
He looks classier.
Oh, my.
He's a classy man.
James Bond was written based on this dude. That's why they have Casino Royale. That's an entire fucking...
Yeah. No, so
Bond
he actually
story.
declined to be tested by James Bond.
Oh.
All the production was like, yeah, let's get this guy, let's get this guy. He's like, no, that's not for me. Because the previous one that he was tested for, he failed miserably.
Oh.
So he had some he didn't feel too good about himself.
Good. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah. He won some gambling contests, and he got the name Lucky Lucan. But he actually sucked. Some people did some math, and in 1968, he paid more to go into races than the money that he won betting on said races.
Oh.
So he came out
Yeah,
below.
he would always come out below.
Yeah.
Good. I mean,
Very good.
Oh, poor guy. Do you know how much?
I don't know how
any
much.
more dollar figures?
I don't think so. Not for a while.
I love this.
So good.
This is the best.
So
This is curing my depression.
It is. So he basically, whenever he won, he would, shower his wife in awesome stuff and gifts and shit. And he'd be like, here's all this awesome stuff. But when he lost,
He'd take it away and sell it.
he wouldn't say anything.
Oh.
He wouldn't tell her when he lost. He would just say, yeah, it's a great night. I just didn't have time to stop at the shops today. Hey.
Oh, God.
So she
What a
wasn't
dick.
aware when he would lose pretty much more than he won all the time.
Yeah.
Including, like, he would win a contest. Like a championship
Yeah.
for gambling. But the next day he would lose the prize money. Shit like that.
Oh, my
He would do
God.
really high stakes shit.
Yeah.
But it's 1971. They've got 3 kids. The third one just popped out. She's realizing, ooh, some of this isn't right. Like, okay, he's not making that much money. His finances, he's not good with money. And I just had this kid, and I have postpartum depression. So he wanted to institutionalize her at an asylum.
Oh, so in the 70s? What?
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
The weird thing is she said, fuck you.
Good.
No, I'm going to stay home. You're going to have a doctor come in and visit me, and I'm going to take antidepressants.
Yeah.
That is not common, especially for that time period.
Not at all.
And
But
before. But it was
fair,
awesome.
I'm
They
sure.
could afford it.
Well, they can afford
They can
it.
afford to keep it quiet.
But I'm sure that she definitely, like, her dad is giving
dad.
her money regularly.
Not a ton.
Obviously
since
not, like,
the
not
marriage,
a
but he's
bunch.
willing to support them.
But yeah, I'm sure she reaches out to dad for, oh, hey, this. And he's like, anything for you.
Yeah, no,
Veronica."
definitely he would have gotten beat up by, her family
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
if she was.
But I'm
put
sure
in
she's
like
keeping it under wraps. So she's just saying, hey, dad, can you give me money for formula kind of thing?
Yeah.
So, Lucan's away on business.
Yeah,
Lucan's
yeah, exactly.
actually fucking face down in a fucking ditch.
Oh, I totally forgot.
After getting
so,
his ass
for
kicked.
some reason, he had insomnia, which is why he went out and gambled all night. So then
Yeah.
he would take medication, sleeping pills, when he got home around 2:30,
Just knocked
and that's why he would be knocked out until about noon.
Jesus. The
Yeah,
dream.
I totally forgot about that. It's
Man,
fantastic.
if I could be a rich gambling piece of shit, I would do it.
I wouldn't. I don't like gambling.
I don't
Makes me
like
nervous.
gambling, but...
I do
Well,
slot
no,
machines.
I wouldn't do it. That would suck.
Yeah. So it's 1972, summertime. They're on vacation with the kids. She ends up going home from the vacation like half a week earlier
Oh.
than them because she's just
She can't
it's
take
too
any
much.
Lucan.
I can't take Lucan anymore.
He's like, oh, where's the nearest casino? Yeah, I could see that.
So during the Christmas holiday, it's very tense.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So tense that her father hears about it. Her family hears about it. And at the end of 1972, his shit finances and 3 kids, even with a nanny, it was just, they couldn't really afford around-the-clock care. She moves out of his house, still on the property, on a second house.
Oh, my God.
Like the home that the parents
Yeah,
visit.
she moved into the mother-in-law house.
Exactly, yeah. But she's like, this is too much.
Even still living there?
Still living there, too much. But, I mean, she couldn't do anything necessarily on her own because she didn't have a trust fund.
Yeah.
While her family did have money, the trust funds went to her brothers.
And I'm sure that she also...
And because she married into another family, she's not getting that family money.
She probably also wasn't being entirely honest with her dad about everything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because I feel like he seems like the type that would be like, Veronica will help you. And like he'd take her under his wing, again with the kids, and swear off this dude that's just wasting his fortune, more or less.
You'd hope.
I would hope.
So, Lucan is like, okay, she's going to leave me.
Yeah.
She said we'll try to reconcile our relationship, and they did try for a while. But basically immediately, he started spying on her. Following her in his car.
And he was bad at it too.
Yeah, he was witnessed. He drove an Aston Martin.
This is why he couldn't be James Bond, is because he was the world's worst spy.
Yeah,
and he's a terrible detective. It took him like 8 years to figure out that his gambling was gonna fucking ruin his life.
So he
probably still doesn't realize.
He started hiring private detectives to follow her around. Basically, he wanted to get evidence that he should get custody of the kids before he would divorce her.
What?
He went to her doctors.
Oh, God.
And said, hey, my wife went mad. Will you sign this affidavit? Will you sign this paperwork and come testify in court? And all the doctors were like, no, your wife isn't insane. She just has anxiety and depression. Which was very forward thinking. Like, they had good doctors.
Like, clearly because of you.
Well, so he tried to convince people, like friends and family and stuff, that she had gone insane and that she treated the nannies poorly and that because she had fired the last nanny for something. When in reality, most of the nannies, she actually confided in them and treated them as friends. In fact, one of them, Stefania Sawicka.
Oh.
Fantastic, brave woman. She reported that one day Veronica came to her and said that Lucas had caned her.
Oh.
Beat her with a cane and then pushed her down the stairs. She told Stefania, did I say that right? I lost my spot. Yeah, Stefania, that she should not be surprised, and I quote, if he kills me one day.
Oh, God.
So there was some abuse going on. Obviously, they're rich bitches, but he was basically just trying to do everything he could to prove to the judge that she shouldn't have the kids.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Right? So
he wouldn't even take care of the kids because he's out every fucking night and he wakes up at noon.
They got a nanny.
Yeah. It's like, who the fuck cares who has the kids?
It's because he has an heir.
Yeah.
He inherited, his Lucan from his father.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's literally
I fucking
an heir
hate
thing.
rich people so much. I need an heir, son. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Don't pass it down.
So, March 1973, Veronica was confronted by Lucan and 2 private detectives. They basically said, hey, these kids are now wards of the court.
Oh,
they are to be released into our custody and fuck off. She went to the court and said, no, I want the kids back. And the judge was like, ooh, there's more to this that's going on. We're going to set a hearing. It's going to be 3 months out.
Okay.
It's basically 3 months of let's figure this out. So she actually checks herself into an asylum. Gets cleared by the doctors immediately. They say, no, you're not crazy.
Well, no, you're just sad.
You've got anxiety and depression, but it's being treated well on medication. You have no problems. As long as you keep coming in, get some therapy, keep getting therapy, and, stay on your medication, you're totally fine.
They go, yo, you're sad and worried, girl. That's okay. That shit happens.
Yeah. And they were able to prove, because of that, she was able to prove in court that she was totally fine to have the kids.
Yeah, of course.
And it actually, Lucan conceded the case on advice from his lawyers because the judge began questioning his motives for sending private detectives and stalking her. And the lawyers were like, whoa, recess. Dude, just give up. Because if he keeps asking these questions, you're going to get nothing.
Oh, okay, so he was represented by Kyle Rittenhouse's fucking persecution team.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the hearing became pretty much how shit he was.
Yeah.
And, like, that's when they brought up the nanny, the abuse, and stuff like that. So,
Gambling.
like, maybe you shouldn't have kids. So he was allowed custody every other weekend, and that's it. But he still had to pay for their food deliveries. He had to pay for their nanny, their living situation, basically everything.
Yeah.
Which, it only came to like £40 a week or something like that. I don't know how much that is.
I do.
In 1973.
$500 a week, $2,000 a month.
Damn. I mean, that's still not that bad.
Yeah.
For a child care at that point.
It's not bad, but I mean, for a rich person, that's fucking pocket change.
Yeah. So
But I guess he's basically broke. He's bank broke.
Yeah, he's got a trust. But that's about it.
Yeah, it's dwindling.
So he was pissed.
What?
No. Let me check the time. Okay, we're good. I'll cruise. We're doing good. So he started spying on them again.
Oh my god.
Hiring detectives. He started recording their phone calls.
Oh my god.
He actually delayed certain payments so that it would look bad in the court, even though he's the one paying for it. So, like, the milkman was delayed a day. The nanny wouldn't get paid, so one of them quit. And she had to have nanny care. That was part of the thing.
Yeah.
But he paid for it. So even if it got into court, like, just say, you didn't pay her.
I actually... Was it that she wasn't getting paid, or that he was just making things a headache for her? Because
no, she stopped paying. He stopped paying the nanny.
Well, yeah, he would stop paying, but I could see it like also being, well, fuck her, I won't pay the nanny then, and then it becomes a headache for her having to find a new nanny to figure. Like the nanny's like, hey,
even though it's being built to his estate,
the nanny's
still
like,
in the ass.
Hey, Veronica, why haven't I gotten paid? And she's like, fuck, I don't know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it was also to
he actually stopped their food deliveries.
Drive her crazy.
Really caring father to stop the food getting to your
good
children.
Dude. Once a week was a little bit too often for those visitation rights.
Once every other weekend.
Oh, still too often.
Yeah. Veronica had to get a part-time job just to make sure this wasn't going to happen. So she would have money on hand so she could say, oh, I'm sorry you didn't get paid. Here's the money.
Then I stand corrected. Her dad, total asshole.
He wasn't necessarily completely aware of everything that was happening.
I feel like he would know about
at this point,
fucking divorce.
In this kind of marriage.
Or separation,
yeah.
at least.
He's aware of this stuff, but it's also... It's supposed to be his family's responsibility to make sure she's okay. Lucan's family's responsibility at that point, because, you've shuffled off the femoid... to the other family, it's that dumb thing.
But still.
Still, you'd think they'd do better.
Yeah.
She was not forthcoming to him at all. She wouldn't tell him a lot of this stuff. Most of this stuff.
Wow. Regardless.
Yeah.
Dude's still a dick.
Yeah. So he actually...
He's rich. Fuck him.
Yeah. He actually befriended one of the nannies and would, like, buy her drinks.
Lucan did?
Lucan did. And then try to bribe her with free drinks to get any information about how horrible a mother this lady is.
And I'm sure she's just like, I don't really know what to tell you.
No, she went into it. She was like, yeah, I'll have drinks, yeah, whatever. And then he hired a private detective to prove that the nanny that he had befriended was a bad nanny.
Oh my, what the fuck?
And then they did. And then Veronica just fired her because it was like, oh, she's bad. And I'm like, okay, cool, she's gone. We'll get a new one.
Jesus Christ. They're running a fucking nanny empire over here. Good Lord.
It is crazy. And then he would hire these detectives, and they'd come to him at the end with the information. They'd say, okay, here's our bill. Here's $12,000, $20,000. And then he'd say, okay, cool, thanks. Shut the door. Not pay him.
Oh, my God.
So now he's starting to run into
he's not
more debt.
Yeah.
He's not paying private detectives.
Dude,
fucking up.
Smart. He's smart.
Oh, so smart. He, just on the court case, lost 20,000 pounds. Just on the court case. He started drinking heavily, and then he would tell his friends who he was drinking with about how he could get away with killing Veronica.
Oh, no.
And how that would avoid bankruptcy. It's like, I can just fucking kill her and bury her out here, and I don't want to have to. I won't be in bankruptcy anymore,
dude,
bitch.
The thing is, when it comes to killing somebody,
you don't talk about it.
You don't fucking tell anybody what you would do, even if you trust that person.
You do not tell anybody.
The moment you tell someone, your plans are foiled. Like, I mean, mind you, this is the 70s, so every idiot is a fucking, like, lead brain fucking serial killer, and none of them are smart about it except for, like, 5. And even they got caught. Just like, fuck.
Yeah, so turns out he started to go to friends and family members to get small loans of $3,000 to $5,000. And then he would basically make it up like, oh, I need to get my car fixed, or oh, I need to fix this, or pay for that for my kids, or whatever. And then he'd take the money and gamble with it.
Yeah.
And then lose it.
Fucking make anything.
Yeah. He had multiple overdrawn bank accounts.
It sounds like me back in 2010.
Within 2 months. Yeah, right. Within 2 months in 1974, he got into 50,000 pounds worth of debt.
Okay, wait.
1974.
1974, 50,000 pounds. My guess is
a lot.
I'm gonna say $3.1 million.
Not nearly that much.
5.4 million pounds today.
Fuck. 50K?
Oh, I put in 500,000.
Oh, God, no, 50K. Holy shit, I was like, what? That doesn't make sense.
547,000.
That's a lot of money.
Today.
In 2 months.
Oh, goodness.
And
can somebody, any of our viewers out there, if you have, I don't know, what would equal 50,000 pounds in 1974, if you would like to go, like, just in debt to me immediately.
No, let's all LARP and go in debt to D and AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Role playing, but I keep it at the end as a fun thing for us.
Yeah. I mean, it's LARPing. You got to commit. Yeah. Otherwise, my immersion will be broken.
Yeah. And I mean, LARP until I die. I will live action role play.
A rich person.
You paying me $500,000 until I die. And that's when the game ends.
Perfect.
The game's over when I die, and then you can get your money back.
He had like 4 or 5 bank accounts.
I promise I'll still have it.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be there. Yeah, so he had like 4 or 5 bank accounts with $3,000 to $7,000 overdrawn in each one.
Dude.
He took like a $5,000 loan from a friend. He took like a couple $2,000 to $3,000 loans from a couple friends. And they were like, yeah, okay, whatever. He got denied. He started to get denied.
Dude just needs to file for fucking bankruptcy at this point.
That's where he was going. So, October 1974, he changed.
What? His shirt?
He changed. He was no longer had this obsession with getting his children back. That's what all of this debt was about.
Okay, so I thought this was taking a different turn.
No,
Okay, so he's changed and no longer gives a fuck about anybody but number one.
Yeah, he's hanging out with his friends at dinner, and he talks about politics instead of his kids or his bitch of an ex-wife.
So nothing's really changed. Now he's just admitted to himself that he's changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He calls his mom, and he talks about how she's doing and how everything's going, and doesn't bring up his bitch of an ex-wife once.
He's finally
happy.
He's
changed.
He's finally content with how much of a piece of shit he is.
And he lived on his trust fund for the rest of his life. He ended up dying in like 1984,
Wait,
1985.
Did he stop gambling?
Mostly, yeah. He basically didn't do high stakes gambling anymore.
Probably couldn't afford.
He wouldn't put down $10K. He would put down like $10. And he died of like cirrhosis from all the drinking or something.
What the fuck caused the change? It was just.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. That's not the end of the story.
I was like, what the fuck?
No, so yeah, he met his friends and family, didn't bring up his issues at all, and then on November 7th, 1974,
so dissatisfied. I was like,
I know.
I was like,
wouldn't that be a
fuck?
shitty ending?
It's like he didn't like he's dead, cool, but like. What the like? I want him
Is
to
that a
go
shitty
to
end
Rags
because
I want
you didn't go
Rags,
to Rags yet?
AJ.
So yeah, he called his solicitor, November 7th, 1974.
Okay.
And he set up a lunch. Basically, go over finances, go over his estate, figure shit out. And he doesn't show up. Later on that day, he has an appointment at 1 o'clock. Doesn't show up to it.
I swear, if he kills himself and he takes the easy way out, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
4 o'clock, he went down to the chemist, or we'd call it a pharmacy now, and he has this pill. And he's like, hey, will you identify this? I want to make sure it's something safe. And it's identified as an antidepressant.
Okay.
Pretty common thing for him. Since the separation, he would go down to the chemist like once every couple of weeks with a pill and say, hey, will you identify this? Will you identify this? Basically, he just wanted to... The idea was he wanted the evidence that his wife was taking crazy pills.
Okay.
So he calls... Oh, no, I skipped that. I skipped a whole thing. He also never said where he found the medicine, just like in general over the last couple of months.
I don't like this.
So he met a friend at 7 o'clock that night. They talked about an article that he was supposed to write. He was asked to write for a local university about gambling.
You guys can't see me right now, but I'm squinting.
Your eyes are so squinting. They're basically shut.
I'm fucking...
Yeah?
I've got
What
my
do you think he's
notepad
doing?
out. Okay. I think that he's taking the pills, identifying what they are, finding out, oh, yes, this is, in fact, her, like, this is an antidepressant, right? Mm-hmm. So he's somehow, probably through a nanny, getting his hands on Veronica's pills, right? Mm-hmm. He's then switching out, giving it an old swap-a-roo, and he's basically collecting a pill bottle of, like, cyanide capsules that look exactly like her antidepressants. And he's saying, someday this bitch is going to fuck up, and that will be the day that I switch these things around and she takes the wrong one and dies. And then, but inevitably he gets caught and he ends up in prison. That's what I think is going to happen, and I really hope I didn't spoil this for
Do you want me to
myself.
answer? I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. You're furthest from the truth.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right.
Good theory, though. That's what I was thinking the whole time reading when I was learning about this. I'm like, okay, he's going to... He's like,
also...
this is an antidepressant. He's going to make her overdose or poison her or something.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Don't take into consideration that he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So, scrap what I just said. I just gave him way too much credit.
Way too much. Actually, you're going to like this. What ends up happening, I think.
So he's getting pills identified.
Yeah, he talks to a friend about an article he's writing. 8:30, he calls to confirm his reservation at the Clermont.
Oh, God.
For 11 o'clock that night with friends. He ended up not showing up to that one either, but and he didn't answer the phone when they called. That's at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Let's switch over to Veronica now. So I gave you a quick timeline of his day.
Okay.
We know kind of where he was at different times. So that night, the nanny, her name's Sandra. Sandra Rivet? Yeah, Sandra Rivet. They put the kids down to bed, 8:55, and she says, hey, Veronica, do you want some tea? And she's like, yeah, let's get some tea. That's normal. That's normal there.
Okay. I'm still questioning you. I feel like something is amiss.
No, nothing's wrong.
No, something.
The only thing that's amiss is Sandra doesn't usually work Thursdays. And this was a Thursday. Her boyfriend at the time, they usually had plans to go out Thursday night, but they had to cancel for some reason. I don't know. I kind of skimmed past that part.
And why is Sandra working on Thursday?
I just told you.
I'm just giving you shit. Yeah.
So,
I'm questioning everything because I don't believe you that nothing really bad is about to happen.
No, not at all. So 8:30 is actually... she's on the phone. Sandra's on the phone with her boyfriend, and they're like, yeah, it's okay. Sorry, we couldn't get together. Whatever. See you later. Boom. So the nanny went down to the kitchen to get the tea.
And it explodes in Sandra's face. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's going down the stairs, and she hits the switch, and the light's out. Whatever. They're old light bulbs. It's the 70s.
Nah.
So she goes down there, and she's got the kettle on. I think that's how the British make their tea.
Clink, clink,
Clink, clink, clink. And out of nowhere,
water
the
boiling.
top of her head is met with a lead pipe.
I fucking knew it.
Bong!
Dong. She got bonked.
She got bonked. Too horny.
Bonked, go to horny jail. All right.
Yeah, so she
So
gets
Sandra's down and
decked
out.
with a lead pipe,
Dead on...
dead by the time she hits the ground, and she is stuffed into a canvas mail bag.
What the fuck?
Like a mail carrier bag?
Yeah.
And Veronica's like, yo, where's my tea at?
Also, what was that? Like,
Didn't
the
hear
pipes
anything.
are creaking?
Come on,
What
these
the
buildings are
fuck?
like stone construction,
Okay.
you know, and it's a big house. So Veronica, at the top of the stairs, the kitchen was in the basement.
Of course, yeah.
So-
you don't want the help upstairs. Pieces
So they're
of
at the
shit.
top of the stairs. She looks down. It's dark. And she said, this is a quote. Yo, Sandra, where my tea at? Not really. She said, Sandra. And she was attacked right then. The attacker said, shut up. And he's going at her.
Veronica was attacked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Boom, with the pipe.
Bonk.
And she immediately recognizes Lord Lucan's voice.
Shut up, bonk.
Yeah, and she's
That's some
like,
good
that's Lord
timing.
Lucan.
The last thing that went through her mind was the lead pipe, actually. Just before she thought, that's Lord Lucan.
I just want to say that, that's Lord Lucan's voice. We're going to assume it's Lord Lucan. She couldn't see him. It was dark.
It was him.
His face was covered.
Or it was a stupid friend.
He's also dumb enough to use a lead pipe
Yeah.
instead of poisoning her.
Yeah. Literally, she's
So-
taking pills daily, bro. Like, come on.
So lead pipe, best way to kill somebody if
If
you're an
I were to
idiot.
kill somebody, psych, you thought I was going to fucking tell you, but I'm not an idiot. At least
Yeah.
I'm not as dumb as you think I am. I put on
Or am I?
I put on a face while I'm on this podcast.
That's not true.
You would have never
You used to.
expected. My real name isn't even D.
What?
Yeah, spoiler alert.
It's been D since we both popped out of the womb at the same time.
Holding hands and each other's dicks.
Holding dicks. So, yeah. So she's hurt. She actually bites his fingers
Oh, wait.
hard.
like,
She gets thrown to the ground.
so she didn't get KO'd.
She didn't get KO'd.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like,
She
bonk,
gets-
she's out, and then she's back. Okay.
So
he swung like a bitch on number two.
He wasn't expecting her to be there.
He hesitated because he still
He-
loved her.
I think he-
'Cause he was still
yeah,
in
'cause
love
he
with
still loved her.
He still loved
No,
her.
I think he thought Sandra was Veronica
Yeah.
because there wasn't supposed to be a nanny.
Yeah, he's
so
like,
he sees
"Oh,
woman in dark. Bonk.
Yeah, now he's panicking and he doesn't swing as hard the second time because his arm's tired. 'Cause
Yeah.
Lord knows he hasn't swung this hard at anything in his life.
Except badminton.
Except for when he's throwing the dice down the fucking...
Oh, and caning his wife.
down the table. Yeah, that's right. That's how
So-
she knew. She was
Yeah.
like, oh, he hits like
Oh,
a bitch
I
like
think-
that time I got caned.
So she's thrown to the ground. He's hands around her throat, Quentin Tarantino style.
Ah.
She's being choked out.
Oh.
It's bad. She's been decked in the head. She's disoriented.
Kick his pee-pee.
She grabs his testicles
Yes.
as hard as she
Rip
can.
him off.
Squeezes.
Pop him.
In which case,
that
he
hurts
lets
me.
go of her throat and lays down on the ground and stops fighting. Fights
Did he
completely
cry?
out of him. He's fucking crying. He gets his balls squoze.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's the best.
Hell yeah.
So he says, I killed the nanny.
No. He went, I killed the nanny.
Exactly.
Why'd you squeeze my pee-pee so hard?
And Veronica is terrified.
We're going to clip this whole part.
We
'cause
should.
This is amazing.
This is great. Veronica is terrified.
Okay.
She says, I can help you escape. I can help you get away with killing the nanny. If you just you just lay low in my house for a couple of days.
And she picks up the lead pipe and crushes his
No.
skull and says, there's your escape, you son of a bitch.
So they go upstairs.
Okay.
They go to the bedroom. Their daughter
Oh.
is upstairs. She saw it.
She
He
saw
said-
him
he
get
said-
his fucking...
Yeah.
Nice.
So he says, go to bed, or whatever.
No. At this point, he went, go to bed.
Yeah. And she goes to bed. And he's like, get me a towel, babe, so I don't bleed on this bed. Yeah. And so they put down a towel. He's laying in the bed. He's like, do you got any barbiturates? And she said, yeah, I got some in the bathroom. Some medicine.
Yeah, I know.
So she goes to the bathroom to get him, and she realizes he can't see me, he can't hear me. This is my time.
Kill.
She jumps out the window.
Oh.
She runs
And
to
died.
a pub. Yeah, broke her ankles.
She jumped out the window and landed on her head, and he won. Unfortunately.
No, she runs to a pub.
Okay.
And originally the pub owner was like, "You're drunk," but then he's like, "Wait, why are you covered in blood?" And she's saying,
Why are you covered in testicle
I've been attacked.
blood?
My husband's attacked me. My kids are still in the home. Help me, help me, help me.
He can't walk for a week.
She's slurring.
Yeah.
She's
Oh, yeah, she's
disoriented.
fucked up.
She's fucked up. And
He won't be able to fight. I promise. He can't even
Yeah.
stand up.
Lord Lucan, according to the testimony of the older daughter, called out to Veronica to get her to come out of the bathroom. He's like, "What's taking so long? What are you doing?" Goes in. It's empty, and he just walks out of the house.
Hobbled.
Hobbles out of the house. One of the kids' friends' house suddenly gets some knocks on the door. The lady who's living there, the mom of the kid's friend, is alone that night.
great.
The kid isn't there. She doesn't answer the door.
No.
He calls. She picks up. It's incoherent, rambling. Yeah, exactly. Boom. He leaves or whatever. She looks outside. There's blood on the doorstep, and she's like, "Oh fuck." She calls the cops.
Okay.
Pub guy, also I'm pretty sure calling cops roughly at the same time. And then Lord Lucan does what any any actual murderer does, calls his mommy.
Mommy, she crushed my pee-pee.
No, he said, "Mom, I just so happened to be driving past my ex-wife, my bitch of an ex-wife's house, and I saw that she was being attacked by a man, and I got beat up because I went in there to stop it, and the guy ran away, but I slipped and fell in the blood."
I slipped
Mom.
and I landed on my wiener, and I need avocados and a back rub, mommy.
So
I
love it. I love how whiny
through
he
this
became.
whole thing. I am imagining him just fucking bleeding and snotting from his nose and just sobbing like a bitch.
Oh yeah, he is. So
this is so much better than your bullshit one. This is amazing. This is
is a good
everything
one.
I wanted.
perfect. The cops show up. They find the nanny's body. Her arm is sticking out, and they find a light bulb from that basement light that was basically just unscrewed, set down. They find he leaves the
That's
weapon.
how he put the fucking light out.
He unscrews it.
And I bet he was too stupid to even fucking like wipe it clean of fingerprints.
No.
Fucking dumbass.
He left the lead pipe. He left the pipe there.
Of course he did. He's a dipshit.
So they find the body. They find Veronica, who went back. She realized, oh, Lucan's not in there anymore. I need to go check on my kids.
Yeah, probably shouldn't leave my kids with the man that attempted to murder me.
She was brought to a hospital immediately, and she showed up. She got some help, got a little painkillers in her, and the cops immediately went there and asked her, hey, what happened? She said the entire story of what I just told you is from her in that interview, and the testimony of the kid, who also saw it. So, at the same time, Lord Lucan drove 42 miles to visit some friends in a borrowed car. He didn't even take his car.
Oh, Jesus.
So, at the same time, I'm kind of going as it happens chronologically. They storm his house.
Good.
His wallet's in there. All of his personal items are at home.
And a picture, a fucking Sears catalog with a big red circle around a lead pipe.
Yeah. That would be great. That would be fantastic.
He's so stupid.
No, it gets better. It's even better than that. Like, it's on that level of what they find later a little bit, I think. So they go to Veronica's home. And they're like, okay, we don't know what's happening, but we've got somebody saying, oh, there was another person there. We've got her saying, I mean, they don't know at the time because they're interviewing and investigating at the same time. They're like, we don't know if it was him. We don't know if it was another person. We don't know who to believe. They go, no forced entry into the house at all. No forced exit into the house at all. So it doesn't look like somebody broke in.
Yeah.
You know, they interview, boyfriends of the nanny, like ex-boyfriends or people they were around, and of Veronica. Pretty much everybody had solid alibis.
Except for the one dude who can't show up.
Lucan has not been questioned yet because he didn't show up to questioning because he's 42 miles away. And I'll tell you what he's doing 42 miles away in a minute. But 12:30 p.m., he calls his mom again.
Mommy.
At that time, there was a constable next to his mom. And the mom was like, hey, will you talk to the cop here? He kind of says, oh, I was driving past and I saw, reiterating his story. He's like, there's a cop here. Come on, tell him. He said, no, I'm not going to talk to the cop.
Oh.
So.
Well, Lucan.
Weird. So at that 42 miles away, he stopped at a friend's house. His friend wasn't home, but his friend's wife was. Her name was Susan.
Oh, God.
So he goes in and he kind of explains the story. He's like, this horrible thing just happened. I need to send some letters. So he actually sends 2 letters.
Okay.
To his brother-in-law.
So, like a cashier's check, I don't know, his entire fortune, say, hey, hold on to this so that she can't get her hands on it.
No, not at all.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
I actually have, they were able to seize both of the letters. So I have them directly here.
All right. What are the letters?
So this is...
He sent two
letters to the brother-in-law.
To his brother-in-law.
And I love it because... He
brother-in-law.
Just
Jesus, I was thinking brother. And
so her brother.
Yeah, her brother.
So he just murdered the maid.
Yeah.
Tried to murder his wife.
Uh-huh.
Got his balls pinched.
Yeah, popped his berries.
And this is what he says. Dear Bill, the most ghastly circumstances arose tonight, which I briefly described to my mother, when I interrupted the fight at Lower Belgrave Street, and the man left. Veronica accused me of having hired him. I took her upstairs and sent Frances to bed, that's the kid, and tried to clean her up. She lay doggo for a bit, that's slang from the 70s. And when I was in the bathroom, left the house. The circumstantial evidence against me is strong in that V will say it was all my doing. I will also lie doggo for a bit. But I am only concerned for the children. If you can manage it, I want them to live with you. And then he says, like, the trustee, and who will handle school fees. And he says, V has demonstrated her hatred for me in the past, and would do anything to see me accused for George and Francis to go through their life knowing their father had stood in the dock for attempted murder would be too much. When they are old enough to understand, explain to them the dream of paranoia, and look after them. Yours ever, John.
It's a good thing that his fucking brother-in-law is gonna get that 3 days after he gets caught.
Second letter.
Okay.
It just says financial matters. There's a sale coming up at Christie's, 27th of November, which will satisfy bank overdrafts. Please agree reserves with Tom Craig. Proceeds go to Lloyd's, 6 Pall Mall, Coit's, 59 Strand, Nat West, Bloomsbury branch, who will also hold an EQ and law life policy. The other creditors can get lost for the time being. Okay. So he's basically from Lucky, because he was, Lucky Lucan. So he basically said, sell this shit. This will cover costs for schooling.
Yeah. This is where your money can come from.
Yeah.
Skip the creditors. Tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the car that he was driving that night that I said he had borrowed was found 16 miles away from where he sent the letters.
Uh-huh.
In the trunk, there was a lead pipe that directly was cut and directly fit the lead pipe found at the scene. Like, it was the same pipe.
So the fucking idiot bought a 2-piece, unscrewed it, and made it a 1-piece, and didn't have the sense to get rid of the second piece.
Nope.
Oh my god, that's almost as good as my fucking Sears catalog.
Right? So good. It had, so he had wrapped it with gauze.
Yeah.
Like, so it would, like, dampen the sound. He had also wrapped the other part with gauze.
Oh my god,
it was the same
dude.
gauze.
Just in case
Fucking
the first
idiot.
one doesn't work, I can run out to the car and get the other one. Oh my god, that's like buying a 2 set of knives and one of them is missing and the other one is like not in the plastic anymore, but it matches.
Yeah, one found at the murder scene.
Yeah, and the handle has your prints all over, and it's like, I fucking wonder.
I wonder.
And a receipt for the two
With your
fucking
name.
knives.
Yeah.
Lord Lucan.
So, a couple days later, this is just kind of jumping ahead. The guy who borrowed the car from, his name was Michael Stoop. He got a letter. But he'd thrown the letter away, so they don't know where it came from.
Oh.
Because Susan was like, he only gave me 2 letters to send.
Oh, I see.
He went somewhere else and sent another letter. And it's, my dear Michael, I have had a traumatic night of unbelievable coincidence. However, I won't bore you with anything or involve you except to say that when you come across my children, which I hope you will, please tell them that you knew me and that all I cared about was them, not gambling. I added that.
Bro, you took his car. You involved him.
The fact that a crooked solicitor and a rotten psychiatrist destroyed me, between them will be of no importance to the children. I gave Bill Shandkid an account of what actually happened, but judging by my last effort in court, no one, let alone a 67-year-old judge, would believe me, and I no longer care except that my children should be protected. Yours ever, John. So basically blamed it on the doctor who said, your wife's not crazy.
And the judge who said your wife's not fucking...
And the solicitor who said, you borrowed money from me, give me money.
Yeah. God, what a fucking
They've
idiot.
ruined him.
I've been ruined.
So they searched the area. They found nothing. They dived, like they searched nearby water, things. They had search dogs. The only thing they found, which I find interesting, was the remains of a judge who had disappeared a few years before.
What?
Yeah, they just came across somebody else who was in the forest dead for some reason for a couple of years. A different judge.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this the same fucking judge?
No, not the same judge.
God.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it was like, Jesus Christ. He admitted to it. His last letter.
So they do an inquest, they investigate and, interview a bunch of people. The kid actually, tells them what they witnessed. They put out a warrant of his arrest, and you'll love this.
APB,
I love this.
Bad boy.
He was the first member of the House of the Lords to be named a murderer since 1760.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love it.
Fuck yeah. So, the shitty thing, because of the letters and just the way custody had worked at the time, the kids were given custody, or his family was given custody to the kids, essentially.
Oh, I see.
Though Veronica basically was estranged from the kids.
Oh, what?
From that point forward.
Jesus. Why?
Not by her choice.
Yeah, but why?
Because she said, he tried to murder me. And they said, no, he didn't. It was somebody else. He called and told me it was somebody else. So it was his word against hers, because they never found him.
Yeah. They never found Lucan?
They never found Lord Lucan.
Oh, my God,
So
dude.
they're like,
fuck?
His word against mine, and the law kind of gave the other family custody, especially because of the letters, which, if it was like a suicide or something, that could be like a last will type situation.
I swear to God, if you pull up a picture and it's a picture of a young Joe Biden, I'm going to be so fucking mad.
No, it's a young Joe Rogan.
Oh, God, no. Joe Rogan's he's too young for this story.
So let me tell you a little bit more about the kids. Oldest child was George, that's the heir.
Okay.
He was kind of poisoned against his mother. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think he was also pissed because he couldn't get an inheritance until his father was declared dead.
Which he can't be because he's not found.
Because they didn't find him. And so it took, the first time he, said, hey, he's dead, can we get a death certificate? It was 20 years after, and they denied it. And then they finally got it in, the early 2000s. They got him declared dead. And then he became, the son became the 8th Lord Lucan.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
He was a dick to his mom.
Can we declare him dead now?
I wish. He's an asshole. He was an asshole to his mom. And,
What? No.
So there's some theories about what happened.
Yeah.
He had a lot of contacts. He had a lot of friends. Well, obviously the first one's suicide. He killed himself.
Yeah. I think it's that one.
He had a lot of friends who have been interviewed since then who have kind of made some weird fuck-ups. Like, one of them is like, one friend said, like, yeah, if he had wanted me to, like, fly him to South America off the books, I totally could have.
Huh.
And then he didn't answer any more questions. Or, like, one of them was
no
like...
more questions. Wait.
One of them was like, oh, yeah, I think he committed suicide. But then he also alluded that he had seen him after this night.
I think he committed suicide, but I'm pretty sure we went out to drinks, like, 2 days ago.
It was, yeah, pretty disconnected in the interview. But yeah, there are a couple of his like friends from the time who are old and demented now that like
he basically just would have been explaining to his friends, hey, like,
I think
I'm gonna kill this bitch. Sets everything up. They're like, yo, we'll help you out. We'll give you a place to stay. Oh, I can fucking fly to South America, dude. Oh yeah, that's such a good idea. After I kill Veronica, and they set it up and they fucking do it. I hate this story.
That's just one theory.
Okay. It's still a theory.
One of
I'm
them,
mad that he didn't get caught.
The lady who he was at her house writing the letter, Susan, she thinks that he was helped to Switzerland by a secret underground group of financiers and then murdered when he was deemed too big of a risk.
What?
I have no idea where she pulled that out.
Who is this lady? Isn't it like his friend's mom?
His friend's wife.
Yeah, what the... This lady is on, like... I mean... She has a serious problem.
If there was a secret group of underground financiers, she would know about it. Her husband's in the group.
I just feel like it feels so off the wall.
It does.
He was murdered. What the fuck, Karen?
He has had thousands of reported sightings.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, the most recent one was 2020 in Australia.
Oh, really? Jesus.
Yeah, reported sighting, but
he would be what, 50 years older than he was in like
he'd be 90.
Sorry, 47 years older.
86.
Yeah. So much older than he was.
Yeah. Veronica, estranged from her family.
Uh-huh.
She lived until 2017.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And then she committed suicide.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And she to her dying days, she said, I think he killed himself. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he did.
They never found the body. If he killed himself, he didn't do it near that car. I think he got picked up by a friend.
I think he survived. He probably just set up a network of a bunch of fucking frat Chad bros that were willing to help him out. That, like, to be honest, he has the money, like, or at least he had the money to basically start up somewhere new. And even if he didn't at the time, he clearly would have had friends that were willing to throw money his way to help him out to get him.
Well, that $50K in 2 months of debt.
Yeah,
he could have been squirreling a lot of that away.
Yeah,
there is some good evidence. Not good evidence. There's a good chance, I think, that he got picked up by some friends. They brought him to an airfield. He flew to South Africa. I think South Africa's the winner, mostly because he had
South Africa. South Africa. I thought it was South America.
He had some ties there, familial, and his wife did, actually. I think she was born in South Africa or something like that.
Huh.
To English family. They were just there for vacation or whatever.
Turns out it's fucking Elon Musk's dad.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Hold on.
I'd be like, cool, well, still, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gross.
I'm going to delete these notes now.
Yeah, you better. I'm extremely dissatisfied with
Are
the
you?
story.
No, you were so satisfied with the pipes.
With the pipes, but he fucking got away.
The pipes.
Rich boy succeeded in what he was trying to do.
Yeah, but it's riches to rags. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't get a trust fund anymore.
That you know of?
What?
No. Like, I think that he probably still has a very hefty sum of money.
He burned through that. Remember the 26K that he burned through in less than 3 years?
Totally burned through. But
I don't think he's not. You don't become good at money just because you murdered somebody.
I'm not saying good at money, but he wins like one night of gambling and then just fucks off to Nowhereville where he can't get high stakes shit. Lives under the radar. I think he probably is.
He wasn't a good gambler.
No, I mean he's not a great gambler.
At all.
But you win one fucking game.
Yeah, but every time he won one of those tournaments, he
What was
basically
with the pills?
lost.
Did it ever say what the fuck was with the pills?
I think he was trying to prove that his wife was taking crazy pills.
Ah, that's fair.
I think he was too stupid
Like a
to poison.
last ditch effort.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm still not satisfied.
Let's see. I've got some Reddit. What do you think happened? Knew someone in the Rhodesian/Zimbabwe War. Claimed he knew one of Lucan's friends during this period. Said this guy had the means to get Lucan to Africa, and that's where I bet Lucan ended up. That, or this guy would have killed him over debts.
I like to think that he is working currently at the age of 87 or 90 or whatever in diamond mines. That's the only way that I'm okay with this is if he's making blood diamonds.
This is a good one.
Like if he's mining blood diamonds, fuck this guy.
One's I vaguely remember there also being an odd but somewhat credible theory that he killed himself and was fed to tigers at his friend John Aspinall's zoo.
What the fuck?
Also,
what are these?
Aspinall furthered that theory, or furthered the theory on when he was interviewed that Lucan died on a boat in New Haven. But then later on in an interview, he slipped up and suggested that he had seen Lucan since that event.
So, I don't like the whole. They're just such preposterous fucking deaths.
These are based on interviews.
He actually was on SpaceX and launched into Mars, exploded, but he didn't die there. He bounced off of the surface of Mars and he choked to death in the silence of space. It's what the fuck are you talking about?
To this day, George thinks somebody else murdered the nanny and it wasn't his dad.
Oh, I'm sure. God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like a secret society chopped him into pieces. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Tigers ate him. Like, come on, man.
I think he very well could have, fled to South Africa or somewhere in South America with a lot of money and just
fucking burned it and then...
No, you burn it. You're in South America.
Yeah, you're in South America.
You'll be fine
it's
for
exactly
your
like
life.
You said. Like, gamble it away on whatever. Like, he did horse races. He did fucking any kind of gambling. He's an addict. Like,
yeah,
addicted. Sorry, he's addicted to gambling. Like, he never learned his lesson. I know that I'm now backing out on what I said previously, but I mean, none of us know, but I could see him either surviving and figuring it out and making it work, or blowing all of his money, or flaunting way too much of it because he's used to it, and then someone in South Africa goes, we can overpower this man that has the large purple swollen testicles because he can't move very quickly. Let's beat the shit out of him, take all of his money, rag story, he dies. That's the only way that I'm fucking satisfied with this story.
I think he did get flown out somewhere, or
I think he did too.
Not necessarily flown out, but his friends helped him. But I also think he had enough creditors and debtors.
Oh, somebody would have fucking.
I think
the amount of money that he would owe to people
by how much debt he was in.
He owes money to way too many people. Like, yeah, nobody would have been like, nah, fuck it.
No, like, I think they would have understood. Oh, he has no way to pay us back anymore.
Yeah,
the trust fund was keeping him alive because it's income.
Yeah, now
we can get this money. Oh, you don't have income anymore because you're faking your debt?
Well, they're going to
we'll help you fake your debt.
They're going to do more fucking investigative work, and they're going to take more drastic measures to get information out of someone being interviewed, unlike the police were about a rich boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fair. Still disappointed.
Oh, come on. There were some good ones. There were some good parts.
Good story. Not happy with the ending. It's like any John Grisham book. It's good until the end. The dude can't write an ending.
I don't know.
No. Yeah.
I read good books growing up.
No, this was like recent. Well, recent for me at least. Good books, terrible endings. Don't read them. Yeah, but huge thank you to our supporters. You got Patreon pulled up?
Sure. So I'm reading another one.
Fucking midnight, and I have to work in 5 hours.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, and I still got to drive home.
No, just stay.
It's
stay
not
in
gonna
town.
happen.
No.
No.
Oh, why not?
Because my stuff is at home.
Oh, never mind. All right. So thank you guys on the Patreon. we don't do enough for you. We will be doing more for you.
We will try to be better about it. Things have been kind of shitty and busy.
Mm-hmm. It's only going to get busier, starting clinicals soon. So, thank you to I'm Not the Guest Host, Abby, AJ's Third Nut, Lindo, NSA Isn't Real, D's Nuts,
Not me,
Nordic Thunder, Toddy Waddy Poopy Snotty, Dark Runner, Haley, Casey McFacey. Thank you guys so much. You let us, pay for all, keep the lights on.
Keep the lights on.
Pay for D's unhealthy habits. Gambling habits.
Yes, you guys have been directly helping to pay for gambling habits that I accrued and I started having problems with back in 1954. Not linked to the episode at all.
Not at all. Also, you didn't know this, but D is 86 years old, right?
I sound spry, but it's all of
the money.
It's the funds that I've been able to put strictly into my vocal cords for one final fuck you to Veronica. Victoria. Sorry, my bad. I always get that slip of the tongue. As usual, find us on Instagram and Twitter at PointsOPressure. Message us with all of your suggestions for anything you would like. And vote on that poll on Instagram. And
you better.
You guys fucking next Monday, the last episode of the season, until we take like a month break during the holidays for a Christmas episode. But yeah, next week, last episode of the season 4.
Yeah, but we'll have some live maybe.
Well, that's what I meant. But yeah, catch you guys next Monday.
Bye.